Cybersecurity. Module 1. Introduction to Cybersecurity. Introduction to the module. In this course we will go over the many threats on the Internet. The Internet is a world of its own, with its very own array of dangers. From hackers to malware, it is crucial for anyone spending any amount of time on the Internet to know about these entities and protect themselves. Topics to be covered. Concept. Foundation. Importance. Concept. Many websites on the Internet require accounts to be used. When making an account, literally the first thing you need to make is the password. That is how important it is to prioritize cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is the application of technologies, processes and controls to protect systems, networks, programs, devices and data from cyberattacks. It aims to reduce the risk of cyber attacks and protect against the unauthorized exploitation of systems, networks and technologies. Cybersecurity is the practice of defending computers, servers, mobile devices, electronic systems, networks, and data from malicious attacks. It's also known as information technology security or electronic information security. The term applies in a variety of contexts, from business to mobile computing, and can be divided into a number of common categories. Network security is the practice of securing a computer network from intruders, whether targeted attackers or opportunistic malware. Application security focuses on keeping software and devices free of threats. A compromised application could provide access to the data it's designed to protect. Successful security begins in the design stage, well before a program or device is deployed. Information security protects the integrity and privacy of data, both in storage and in transit. Operational security includes the processes and decisions for handling and protecting data assets. The permissions users have when accessing a network and the procedures that determine how and where data may be stored or shared all fall under this umbrella. Disaster recovery and business continuity define how an organization responds to a cybersecurity incident or any other event that causes the loss of operations or data. Disaster recovery policies dictate how the organization restores its operations and information to return to the same operating capacity as before the event. Business continuity is the plan the organization falls back on while trying to operate without certain resources. End-user education is needed to address the most unpredictable cybersecurity factor, people. Anyone can accidentally introduce a virus to an otherwise secure system by failing to follow good security practices. Teaching users to delete suspicious email attachments, not plug in unidentified USB drives, and various other important lessons is crucial for the security of any organization. In this day and age, almost everything is linked to the Internet. Things like bank accounts, interpersonal contact, jobs, cloud storage, etc. Should an intruder gain access to these accounts, they can cause unfathomable damage. They can steal your money, steal your identity and use it for whatever cyber crimes they want and commit them in your name. They can steal your files and tamper with them as they please, causing you to lose precious data. If your livelihood is connected to your Internet, it might get ruined if it is not secured properly. So you must understand the concept of cybersecurity. Foundation. The true birth of cybersecurity occurred in the 1970s. This began with a project called the Advanced Research Projects Agency Network, ARPANET. This was the connectivity network developed prior to the Internet itself. A man named Bob Thomas determined it was possible for a computer program to move over a network. As it did so, the program would leave a trail as it moved. He developed the program so that it could move between the 10x terminals on ARPANET. Mr. Thomas called this program Creeper. Mr. Thomas created the program to carry and print a simple message. "I'm the Creeper. Catch me if you can." This sparked a lot of interest and some concern. It was this message that spurred a man named Ray Tomlinson to develop a new program. He called this program Reaper. Tomlinson, who gained fame for his development of email, developed Reaper to chase and delete Creeper. Reaper is easily the first example of an antivirus software program. It was also called a self-replicating program. That made Reaper the world's first computer worm. At this time, computer technology continued to grow and expand. Most networks relied on telephone systems for connectivity. That placed a new, higher level of demand on ways to secure networks. Every piece of hardware connected to the network created a new type of entry point. These were vulnerabilities in the network. The development of security solutions was even more important at this point. Governments began discussing ways to reduce these vulnerabilities. Governments learned that unauthorized access across this large system could create numerous problems. The 1990s saw the incredible growth and development of the Internet. The cybersecurity industry grew with it. Here are some key developments. Polymorphic virus risks developed. In 1990, the first code that mutates as it infects people, that also keeps the original algorithm in place, was developed. The polymorphic virus was designed to avoid detection. That made it harder for computer users to know it was there. The disk killer virus was released by PC Today, a magazine aimed at computer users. It infected thousands of computers. The magazine edition offered the disk to subscribers. They stated it was an accident, and they did not know the risk was present. The first anti-antivirus program was developed. It was developed by cybercriminals to circumvent these software programs. In 1996, stealth capability was developed. This was also the same year macro viruses were released. Both created more challenges and required new developments of antivirus software. From the first antivirus on, the goal was to increase ways to protect against risks. As one hacker group developed after another, companies faced a lot of challenges to improve security to minimize data breaches. More types of malicious programs were on the way. The ILOVEYOU virus and Melissa infected millions of computers in the 1990s targeting Microsoft Outlook. These viruses caused significant slowdowns and failures of email systems. Importance. Cybersecurity is important because it encompasses everything that relates to protecting our data from cyber attackers who want to steal this information and use it to cause harm. This can be sensitive data, governmental and industry information, personally identifiable information, PI, intellectual property, and protected health information, FI. Having advanced cyber defense programs and mechanisms in place to protect this data is crucial and in everyone's interest. Everyone in society relies on critical infrastructure such as hospitals and other healthcare institutions, financial service programs, and power plants. We need these to keep our society running. At an individual level, cybersecurity attacks can lead to identity theft and extortion attempts, which can do serious damage to that individual's life. Everyone relies on the safety of their data and personal information. For example, when logging into an application or when filling in more sensitive data in digital healthcare systems. If these systems, networks, and infrastructures don't have the right protection in place, that data might fall into the wrong hands. In this sense, we're talking about protection in the form of technology and policies. The same goes for organizations and businesses, governments, the military, and other socially critical organizations. They store enormous amounts of data in data warehouses, on computers, and other devices. Much of this data includes sensitive information. Exposure of this information can in many cases be very harmful, to citizen trust in institutions, to business competitiveness, personal reputations, and consumer trust in companies. Summary. Once we have finished this module, we should have learned about the dangers of the Internet, learned about the concept of cybersecurity, learned about the importance of cybersecurity,